control the flow. So tighten your approval process by restricting users from sharing bills until they are approved, right? So which ensures control over the cash flow. This can provide enhanced security and also an efficient workflow also. So we'll take a look into this. Right now, we're speaking exclusively about the approval process. And for that, again, we can move to our settings section. Now, the approval part. The approval part comes under company setup. Here, you can see approval. Now, first of all, let me show you in which all modules this approval feature is applicable to. So it starts from quotation, sales order, pro forma, and we have a bunch of modules this is applicable to. And ending with purchase receipt, debit note, and warehouse transfer. So right now I'll be showing you the example with the help of invoice. Here, let me select invoice. And you can see that there's an option to enable invoice approvals. So if I check it here, you have enabled approvals. So there's another option, and I'll be speaking about that later, that is to restrict sharing of invoice. Let's keep it aside for now, and let's take a look into the approval value and the approver. So I'm going to keep my name itself as the approver. So there's another question like anyone can approve, or will it be multiple approvers? So you can choose whichever option that you want to choose based on your use case and requirement. Right now, I'm only going to choose anyone can approve, and my name is going to be there. Maybe I can put in Pradeep as well. So both of us can approve. If any one of us approves it, the invoice is going to get approved. And yeah, so let me submit it. So the invoice approval has been updated. So the change is being saved. Now I'll show you one more thing. Let me duplicate this. I'm not going to keep it in invoice. I'm going to go to warehouse transfer. So under warehouse transfer also, this warehouse transfer approval is right now enabled. But there's a difference between some of the options available under the invoice module and under the warehouse transfer module. So what's the difference here? We know that invoices, quotation, sales order, pro forma, credit notes, all of these things can be shared from our system. But warehouse transfer detail, there is no requirement or use case of sharing this, right? So the sharing, restricting sharing of invoice SP, that won't be present. All the rest of the options will be present. So there's a difference. Now, like I told you, we'll be looking into restrict sharing of invoice right now. But before that, let's work out what the change is with regards to invoice. So we can go to our sales module, and I'll be creating a new invoice just like this. So let's select a user. Now, let me add a few items or products. I'm going to add 3. Yes, the quantity is going to remain 1 itself. I'm not going to change it. And here, let these be the prices. So including that, we have a total amount also. You can see the subtotal value. We have 130. Now we have the VAT applied, and the total value is 136.50. Right? So what I can do is I can click on save. Now what happens? It comes in, and we need to approve it. So who can approve it? I can approve it because that was set by me, because I have the full administrator access here. So I can click on here and approve it, or I can go to final approval here also, and the customer has overdue invoices. So that's fine. Oh, it is showing the customer has overdue invoices. So we won't be able to approve it. We'll do one thing in order to make this work. We'll try to create another invoice with another customer, like, yeah, RKM Buildings. I'm going to select this one. And let this be the price. So we have the total amount of 10.50. Let me save it. Again, it is showing as customer has overdue invoices. Okay. that won't be an issue. So presently, I'm rejecting it. Yeah, fine. So I've rejected it. If you want to approve, you can approve it as well. No issues. So this is one way of doing things. Now, I can submit for final approval. I can do it even if I'm rejecting it. That can also be possible. The thing to notice here is that which are the different options available to us. So we have the submit for approval option. We have the PDF option. We can view it. We can download it in different templates. We can edit it. We can attach different documents here. And we have the log. We have the print option. And we have the share option as well. Now, let me do one thing. There will be some of the invoices which may have been okay. So we are under invoice once again. This is waiting approval. There are few invoices which was already approved. So I'll just show that. Yeah, this one was approved by me, approved by Varun Krishna itself. So maybe I can go to logs, and yes, it was created on 20th September and it was later approved by me. So fine with that. This was an invoice which was approved. So under an approved one, you can see here, it's still an unpaid invoice. The redeem credit, then we have the payments option. We can mark it as published or cancelled. Then again, I talked about the PDF, the edit. I can write off it as well, the attachment, the log option, the print option, as well as the share option as well. So this was one of the invoices which was approved. This was one of the invoices which was rejected. So under the rejected one, we have submit for approval, PDF, edit, attachment, logs, print, share. All of this. Now, the question is, can I share this right now? Absolutely, I can share it because there are different ways to share it. We can take a printout, or maybe you can export it in a PDF manner, download it in a PDF manner, or you can directly share using the unique bill method. Everything is possible. Now, the next question is, even when approval is being set, can I share it? Any user can share it. So absolutely. I'm creating a new invoice. I'm just going to add a single product here. And clicking on save. See, even when it is waiting for approval, the user can share it, right? Have different options here. Under PDF, you can download it. He or she can download it, or directly sharing is also enabled. But imagine a case in which our administrator, there's a company policy that without approval, the user should not share it. I mean, let's keep it as a policy itself. Then how can we restrict somebody from sharing this? And that was the option I was talking about earlier. So under the approval section, under invoices, you can see restrict sharing of invoices. You can enable it, right? And clicking on submit, a new change is saved right now. Now, the next question is what happens? See, this is not yet approved, but we have the share option. Now, keep this in mind. I'm going to come here. I'm going to create new invoice. Again, I'm selecting a customer. A new invoice can be created. I'm clicking on save. See, there are two options which are missing. And that are, so yes, the PDF option as well as the share option. You can see the difference here. There is no PDF option. We cannot download it, right? We cannot download it into a local device. We cannot view it in that way also. And we cannot share it using our unique bill. So both of these can be restricted if we are enabling the restrict sharing of invoice. Now, this is applicable to all the different bills that can go out of the system or out of the software. But for warehouse transfer, you won't be able to. For modules like warehouse transfer, you won't be able to see the restrict sharing of invoice. So that is the way an administrator can restrict any users from sharing any of the invoices. And if a company-wide policy has been made that each and every bill that has been created needs to be approved by a user, by a master user, then that can also be enabled right now using our approval feature. So you simply have to go to the company setup under approvals. This is possible.